Okay, I think I should start the class now. Halo semua, hi everyone, selamat datang kembali di kelas Bahasa Indonesia. Welcome back to kelas Bahasa Indonesia. So today's material is about preposition. Okay, can you all see the presentation?
Ya, Ibu.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so today's material is about preposition. Well, actually, there are many kinds of preposition, but we are going to discuss about the preposition of position, preposition of time, and preposition for people or objects only. For preposition for position, we have 10 examples. The first one is di atas. Di atas means above. Di bawah means below. Di depan means in front of. Di belakang means in the back or behind. Di luar means outside. Di dalam means inside. Di sebelah kiri means on the left. Di sebelah kanan means on the right. Di tengah means in the middle. And the last one is di antara, means in between. Okay, for number 2 is preposition of time. There are at least 7 prepositions, A to G, which are, the first one is ketika, means when. For example, the example of this sentence example, seorang penjual donat berada di sini ketika kamu berangkat ke sekolah. A donut seller was here when you went to school. The next one is sebelum or before. For example, kamu harus datang ke kelas sebelum kelas linguistik datang. You have to be in class before the linguistic lecture comes. Anyway, I'm so sorry for the typos. And then the third one is setelah or after. For example, dokter tampan itu akan memeriksamu setelah ia memeriksa ibu itu. Which means the handsome doctor will examine will examine you after he examined that woman. And for number D, sampai atau hingga. You can choose one of them because the meaning is the same. For example, kita harus menunggu sampai atau hingga jam 5 untuk menemui dosen. We have to wait until 5 o'clock to see the lecture. Number E, saat or ketika. You can choose. You can also choose one of them because the meaning is the same. For example, ketika makan siang bersama, kami makan siang bersama saat atau ketika waktu istirahat. We eat lunch together during the break time. Sejak or means since. For example, perusahaan jamu ini dibangun sejak tahun 1864. This jamu company was built since the year of 1874. Number G, dari or from. Saya menerima sebuah surat dari Inggris. I received a letter from England. Okay. And then number 3 is.
Selamat sore, Fanny.
I'm so sorry?
Selamat siang.
Okay. Well, actually, it's afternoon in Indonesia. It's 4 p.m. So, selamat sore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Selamat sore.
Yeah. For number 3 is preposition for people or objects. A, mengenai, or tentang, or soal, which means about. You can choose one of them because the meaning is the same. For example, aku ingin berbicara mengenai, atau tentang, atau soal kakakmu. I want to talk about your brother. Number B, menuju atau ke arah means toward. Lily berlari menuju atau ke arah Thomas. Lily is running toward Thomas. Number C, seperti means like. Albert bertingkah seperti ibunya. Albert is acting like his mother. And number D, untuk or for, aku akan membawakan buku ini untuk guruku. I will bring this book for the teacher. And the last one, number E, bersama means along. Riani menyanyikan lagu itu bersama melodi. Riani sings the song along with the melody. Okay, that's it for the preposition. Do you have any questions?
Belum.
Okay. Then moving on to the grammar section. So the structure of preposition is quite simple. You only have to add noun or kata benda, verb, predicate, and preposition or preposisi. For example, saya is berjalan, verb di sebelah kiri, preposition. Okay. So, saya berjalan di sebelah kiri. I walk on the left side. Another example. Saya datang ke sini sebelum dia. Saya is the noun, datang, predikat, ke sini sebelum dia is the preposition. I came here before her. And for number 2, when you want to use the and the name of place or position, you must separate them. Why? Because when you don't separate it, it will be seen as passive verb. For example, saya makan di restoran. I eat at the restaurant. You have to give a space between here. Another example is saya sedang berada di jalan. I'm on my way. You have to give a space here. And another example of passive verb is like, for example, ayam saya dimakan oleh kucing di rumah. You can see the difference. It's the verb, passive. And then di rumah is the preposition, which means my chicken is eaten by a cat at Okay, and now number 3. When you are asking about the location of a thing, you can use this expression. For example, buku saya di mana? Which means, where is my book? And someone will probably answer, bukumu ada di atas meja. Your book is on the table. Another example, bukumu ada di, for example, ada di bawah meja. Which means your book is below the table. And for number 4, there are the locative preposition, at least 3 basic locative preposition, which are di, ke, and dari. So the first di, or in English it is in, at, or on. It indicates that the action occurs in the place indicated by the following noun. So there is no movement. For example, dia tinggal di Beijing. She lives in Beijing. Well, it means probably she won't move to another city because when you're using this preposition, there is no movement of the noun. And for number 6, preposition ke or to indicates a movement toward, and dari from indicates movement away. For example, mereka pergi ke Kota Batu, which means they are going to some place. The place is Kota Batu. Another example is dia berasal dari desa Kampung Melayu. She is from Kampung Melayu. That's for the structure. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, Fanny, I have a question, but not from this. Bukan and tidak. How we use bukan and tidak? I forget.
Oh,
Saya lupa.
okay. When you use tidak, you have to follow verb. For example, saya tidak makan. So you have to use verb after tidak. But when you use bukan, saya bukan, for example, saya bukan seorang guru. You have to use noun.
Oh,
Yeah. So makan is verb. Dan seorang guru is the noun.
no.
Yep, that's it. Okay, do you still have any questions?
Tidak.
All right. Now for the percakapan practice or dialogue practice, anyone wants to try to read this dialogue?
I can.
Yep.
Saya mau coba.
Yep. How about the other?
Ya, saya juga.
Yep. All right. You may start.
I am Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
One Jimmy.
Okay.
Okay. Jimmy. Hello, Bertha.
Halo juga, Jimmy.
Kamu baru saja menerima surat dari temanmu di Jepang, ya?
Iya, betul. Aku juga mendapat oleh-oleh darinya.
Kamu dapat oleh-oleh apa?
Aku dapat 3 coklat rasa bunga sakura. Kamu mau?
Wah, mau. Terima kasih, Bertha.
Sama-sama.
All right, great. Thank you. And for the second practice, anyone wants to try?
Saya, Ibu.
Okay. How about the other?
Ringkesh?
Maybe you want to try?
Ada ringkes? Ya, ringkes. Coba ringkes.
Ringkesh? Di mana Ringkesh?
Try? I think he's not here. Okay, maybe you want to start again. You maybe want to try again.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, okay, we will start.
Nana, buku ini kamu pinjam dari perpustakaan, ya?
Oh, bukan. Aku manajernya dari temanku. Aku memiliki sebuah tugas yang harus diserahkan ke dosenku, tapi aku belum mengerjakannya karena aku sedang bersiap untuk berangkat ke Yogyakarta.
Yogyakarta?
Iya, aku bersama dengan adikku akan ke Yogyakarta untuk mengunjungi nenekku.
Apakah kamu memerlukan bantuan untuk mengajarkan sesuatu?
Tidak perlu. Ali, terima kasih. Aku bisa mengerjakan tugas ini sendiri.
Baiklah.
All right, thank you so much for your help. Now, reading practice session. Anyone wants to try again? But please read very carefully and slowly, okay?
I can try.
Yeah, okay, you can start.
Hari ini Daniel belajar pukul
10.
Dia bangun pukul 8, lalu mandi dan pukul 9:30 dia makan pagi. Dia makan nasi goreng pakai telur dan kerupuk. Dia minum jus jambu. Pukul 9, dia sudah selesai sarapan. Dia duduk di ruang tengah. Dia berbicara dengan temannya. Pukul 10.30, dia ingin berangkat ke sekolah, tapi dia lupa di mana bukunya berada. Dia bertanya kepada temannya, Jono, apakah kamu tahu di mana buku saya? Jono menjawab, apakah bukumu berwarna biru? Iya, buku saya berwarna biru, kata Daniel. Saya lihat buku biru di atas meja makan. Mungkin itu bukumu, jawab Jono. Baik, saya akan lihat ke sana. Terima kasih, Jono.
Okay, thank you so much. Now for the second reading practice, anyone wants to try?
Saya, Ibu.
Okay, let's start.
Gunung Sibayak. Sibayak adalah salah satu gunung yang ada di Sumatera Utara. Tepatnya berada di Kabupaten Karu. Di wilayah Karu sendiri, gunung ini kerap disebut sebagai Gunung Raja. Pemandangan yang ada di gunung ini sangat luar biasa. Memiliki ketinggian sekitar 2.100 72 km
kilometer.
di atas kilometer. Di bahasa Ibu?
Ya, kilometer, sama.
Kilometer. Di atas permukaan laut membuat pemandangan di gunung ini lebih indah. Gunung ini masih asri dengan banyaknya pepohonan yang akan menemani perjalanan para pendaki menuju puncak. Puncak yang paling terkenal di gunung yang menjadi pariwisata andalan Kabupaten Karu ini adalah puncak Takal Kuda atau berarti kepala kuda. Panorama yang bisa dilihat di puncak ini sangat banyak, dari mulai pemandangan kota berastagi yang apik sampai ke pemandangan Gunung Sinabung yang letaknya memang tidak begitu jauh. Di puncak ini terdapat banyak bebatuan besar yang biasanya sering dijadikan objek berfoto. Para pendaki akan duduk di puncak batu dan mengambil pose di sana. Pemandangan
Pose di sana. Pemandangan matahari terhitnya juga luar biasa. Dengan terbitnya juga luar biasa. Dengan langit biru bersih dan cahaya kuning kemasan yang perlahan muncul di ufuk timur akan membuat lelah karena mendaki hilang seketika. Suasana di Gunung Sibayak juga hampir sama dengan gunung lainnya, yakni berangin dan memiliki suhu yang dingin, sehingga disarankan untuk memakai jaket tebal dan sial. Meskipun begitu, jika cuaca cerah dan sampai terlalu siang, suhu yang ada di gunung bisa berubah menjadi hangat. Okay, thank you so much for your help. Now, exercisation. Everyone, do you still have any questions about the structure? Because the exercise is about the structure that we have learned, this one and that one. Do you still have any question about structure?
Which structure? Bambacha?
No. This one that I have explained. Do you still have any question?
Oh,
Structure Sangata.
Arjuram, Makiri.
If you have the question, then we can move on to the exercisation.
Okay.
Ibu, under the table and below the table, both are the same in the Bahasa?
Sorry, you were, what do you say? I can't hear you clearly.
Like
The Baba, the table.
under the table. The book is under the table. Below the table. Both are the same, the Bahasa?
Under and below
Yeah, both are maybe Baba.
are the same.
Bava.
Under and
Baba.
below is the same.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now for exercisation. Okay, number one. Number one is the example. Apel berada di luar gelas. And number two, air berada. What is the
Di
answer?
dalam kelas.
Yep, that's correct. Oh, di dalam gelas. Air berada di dalam gelas. Number three, Nur berdiri.
Kanan rumah?
Di sebelah kiri.
Yeah,
Rumah.
it's on the left. Di sebelah kiri. It's left, right? And for Diana,
Sebelah kanan.
yep, that's correct. Diana berdiri di sebelah kanan rumah. Number five, Tony berdiri.
Where is Tony? Tony berdiri di sebelah Bini. Sebelah kiri Bini.
Yep, that's correct. Di sebelah kiri Beni. And number six, Beni.
Bini tangga ya.
Tengah.
In the middle, tangga. Not satanga. Tangga. Middle for tangga.
It's tengah.
Tengah.
Berdiri.
Tengah Tony dan Zeta.
It can
Apa?
Beni berdiri di tengah atau di antara.
Di antara. Di antara
Means
atau di tengah.
yep, that's true.
Uh,
Number seven, Deta.
Bini di sebelah kanan.
Yep, that's correct. Deta berdiri di sebelah kanan Beni. And for number eight, Tas.
Danu di sebelah kiri atau di near.
Yeah, it's on the left. Tas berada di sebelah kiri Danu. Number
And
nine.
for near also, Fanny, for
Yep.
near, dekat also we can say.
Yeah, you can also say that. Berada di kiri or berada di dekat. Dekat means near.
Computer di atas kaki Danu.
Yep, it can be berada di atas kaki atau berada di depan because it's in
Di
front of
depan.
Okay, number 10. Kucing.
Di atas rumah.
Yep, that's correct. Berada di atas rumah. Niken.
Niken di sebelah kanan rumah.
Yep, correct. Niken berada di sebelah kanan rumah. Okay, for the exercise one, do you have any questions? If no, then we can move to the second practice. I mean the second exercise. So the second exercise is about lengkapi kalimat di bawah ini menggunakan preposisi di, ke, atau dari. Complete the following sentences with di, ke, or dari. So number 1, Ari ada.
Dari mana?
Ari ada
No, it's not dari.
di mana?
Yep, that's
Mana?
ada di mana? Dia ada.
Ada di dalam kamar.
Yep, that's correct. Apakah dia ada di dalam kamar? For number 2, apakah Bambang
Berasal dari Bandung.
Yep, that's correct. Thank you so much. Apakah Bambang berasal dari Bandung? Number 3, Tuti dan
Pergi ke pasar naik mobil.
That's correct. Pergi ke pasar naik mobil. Pejabat itu datang.
Datang ke kantor.
Yep, that's correct. Pejabat itu datang ke kantor kami kemarin. How about number 5?
Dari mana mobil dia?
Dari mana?
Di mana?
Yeah, it's di mana. Di mana is more, what is it? It's more proper than dari mana. For number 6, kami pergi.
Kami pergi ke kantor.
Yep, that's correct. Kami pergi ke kantor naik sepeda. Number 7, mertua dia.
Mertua dia tinggal di kota Balikpapan.
Yep, that's correct. Mertua dia tinggal di kota Balikpapan. Number 8, kami melihat barang antik.
Di museum.
Yep, that's correct. Di museum. For number 9, Ibu Mari.
Ibu Marinako berasal di Manado.
Berasal dari.
Yeah, it's berasal dari.
Dari Manado.
That's correct. Berasal dari. Dan suaminya berasal.
Di Denpasar.
No.
Dari.
It's
Dari Denpasar.
Yep, that's correct. Berasal dari Denpasar. And for number 10, the last number, siapa yang sedang makan?
Di.
Siapa yang sedang makan di ruang makan?
That's great. Siapa yang sedang makan di ruang makan? Siapa yang sedang makan di ruang makan? Okay, for the second practice, do you have any questions related to the questions?
Tidak.
Tidak.
Okay. Now for the last exercise. Lengkapi kalimat di bawah ini menggunakan preposisi dari, sampai, dan selama. Complete the following sentences with dari, sampai, or selama. Number 1, murid-murid belajar bahasa Indonesia
Dari pukul 8 sampai pukul 10.
That's correct. Murid-murid belajar bahasa Indonesia dari pukul 8 sampai pukul 10. Number 2, mereka akan belajar di sini
Selama.
well, the correct answer is sampai.
Sampai bulan Maret.
Yep. Mereka akan belajar di sini sampai bulan Maret.
Maret.
For number 3, suami saya akan bertugas di Indonesia
Selama 3 tahun.
That's correct.
Selama 3 tahun.
Number 4, bayi itu tidur siang
Dari pukul sampai pukul.
That's correct. Bayi itu tidur siang dari pukul 11 sampai pukul 12:30 siang. Number 5, kami keluar makan siang
Kami keluar makan siang sampai pukul 3:30.
Ya. Kami keluar makan siang sampai pukul 2:30 hari ini. Number 6. Anak-anak main bola sejak siang.
Sampai sore.
Selama
Sampai sore hari. For number 7.
sampai
Yeah, it's sampai. For number 7.
di sini.
Saya sudah bekerja di sini.
Selama 5 tahun.
5 tahun.
That's correct. Saya sudah bekerja di sini selama 5 tahun. For number
8. Panas. Terus yang berkunjung ke Washington DC.
Sampai musim panas.
8. No.
No, क्या था? Dari.
No. The correct
No,
answer is
salah.
selama musim panas, banyak turis yang berkunjung ke Washington DC.
Iya.
For number 9.
Apa artinya selama?
Selama is during. No, I think it's during.
During.
Yeah, during the musim panas. What is musim panas in English? Wait, I forgot. Summer. During the summer, many tourists come to Washington DC. Selama musim panas, during the summer, banyak many tourists means tourist yang berkunjung come ke
Washington DC.
Yeah, that's correct. For number 9, kami naik pesawat terbang.
Dari Bandara Soekarno-Hatta.
Dari Bandara Soekarno-Hatta.
Yeah, that's correct. Kami naik pesawat terbang dari Bandara Soekarno-Hatta. For number 10, kakak saya berlibur.
Sampai seminggu di Pulau Bali.
Yeah, the answer is, for this one, the answer can be sampai or selama. So it's the English form is my brother is having a holiday for a week in Bali Island. Kakak saya berlibur selama seminggu di Pulau Bali, or kakak saya berlibur sampai seminggu di Pulau Bali. Okay, that's it for the last exercise. Do you have any question?
Tidak.
Okay, since you have no questions, well, before I end today's lesson, I'd like to inform you that Indonesia Youth Foundation is currently holding a singing competition for all foreigners. You can sing any Indonesian songs live on Zoom, or you can pre-record it, and we will show it in the Zoom. So I think you should join to this contest because it will have so much fun, and it's also one of many ways to improve your Indonesian language skill. So if you are interested, don't hesitate to register yourself through this link.
Which day?
Oke, Bu.
Sorry, what did you say?
Which day it's a competition? Like menari, yeah? Not menari, it's singing.
Yeah, it's singing.
Menyanyi.
Menyanyi.
It's singing competition. Lomba menyanyi. Okay, that's it. Do you have any questions regarding to the contest or maybe the material?
Tidak.
Tidak, Bu.
Okay. Since you have no question, I think that's it for today. Wait a moment. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you again
Oke, Bu.
tomorrow.
Terima kasih.
Yeah, terima kasih.
Oke, Bu. Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih banyak
Sampai jumpa.
Ya, sampai jumpa juga.
untuk mengajar kita.
Okay.